Hello.
Hello, gentlemen.
Hello.
Uh-oh, somebody's got a microphone on. There you go.
Hello, guys.
Sorry about that, Chris.
All right.
Okay, guys, we can go live whenever you guys are ready. I dialed your guest. I didn't get nothing back yet. I'll try dialing her again.
Okay, he's ready. He just texted me and told me he's ready.
Okay, I'll give him a call again. We can go live as soon as you're ready.
Okay, well, we can start right now. Just give me a countdown.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, everyone. Victor, you're killing me. Hello, everyone. I'm Psychic Chris George, and I'm joined by my co-host, Victor the Voice Furman, and Jeremy Moonshine Adams. Welcome to our show, Vision Quest, where we will try and unleash the power of your mind. It is August 15th, and we're airing live on dtmwickedradio.com, and we want to thank everyone for being here with us tonight. The call-in number is 818-431-8214. Don't be shy to call in, people. We have a great guest tonight. Cosmic Shaman Stephen Popiatek. So give us a call. Anyway, this is going to be a very interactive show. Sit back, relax, and let's cross the threshold of reality together. We have a few fan pages. My fan page is Psychic Medium Chris George. Then we have Victor the Voice Furman fan page, and we have Jeremy Moonshine Adams fan page.
Wait a minute, Chris. I have an announcement.
Oh, okay.
I have an announcement.
You're cutting in on my intro.
I know I am, but this is important. There's going to be a new fan page.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to be Moonshine's Beard.
Oh, the beard is gonna have its own fan page.
Exactly.
Much like the voice.
You can continue now.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. Of course, the most important fan page is our Vision Quest fan page on Facebook and our Vision Quest community page on Google+. So people, get in there. You know, we have a lot of fun on the pages. So just request it, and we'll get you guys in there. We'll have a good time. Why don't we recap last week, guys? Who do we have on last week? Not about
Terry J.
Oh, Terry J. And I got to tell you, we became friends on Facebook. She really is an amazing woman. I like even more so now than after talking with her, just by the things that she writes on Facebook. I really have a lot of respect for that lady. What did you guys think of her?
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I agree. I think she was awesome. I friended her on Facebook. I've shared, quite a few of her statuses just because they're awesome. And I really appreciated her coming on the show with us.
What I love about her is she's a psychic with horse sense. Really, she really has horse sense. Very common, down to earth, right down to the farm. I give her I give her 3 whinnies and 2 nays.
Ay. Hey, Denny, is our guest with us, Stephen?
Yes, certainly
with us. Stephen isn't with us yet. All right. Let me give him a quick text, and maybe he'll call the show. Did I put the wrong number in there? Let me send you the number again, okay?
Yeah, no problem, Chris. I dialed him. For some reason, he hung up. Let me just dial him right back.
Oh, he just said try again.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right. Not your fault.
I think he's Cleopatra's Needle. That's maybe some issues with.
Well, he does a lot of stuff at Cleopatra's Needle.
I know.
So I'm looking forward to this show. Stephen, are you with us? All right.
I don't know, guys. I'm dialing.
I don't know what's going on. Hold on. Let me let him know we're calling.
Earth to Stephen. Earth to Stephen. This is ground control to Major Tom.
This time it works. Yeah, I've been looking forward to the show all week. We've had Stephen on a few times on our other show. I actually think he's been on Vision Quest, hasn't he?
Yes, I believe he was on one of the early Vision Quests.
He was one of my first guests. He's one of my first guests on Second Sight. He's a close personal friend of mine, and once we get him on, we'll talk him up a bit. Are you with us, Stephen?
I'm still getting the same thing, guys. I'm calling him, and okay, wait a minute. I think it's here.
Okay.
Okay, guys, I patched him in.
Steven, you with us? Steven? We're having a hard time getting our guests tonight.
Chris, does he know he's got to press 1?
Well, I mean, I guess he hears it when you say it, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Okay.
Listen, while we're waiting for Stephen to connect, I want to talk about the fan page for Jeremy's beard. I think that's really cool. And let me ask you, Jeremy, when people friend you, can they get some hair samples?
Sure.
When they like your fan page for your the beard?
I already have a little jar. You know, when I get out of the shower, I put coconut oil on my beard.
We're not talking about your pubic hairs.
those are gone, man.
Okay. So you're telling the world that you manscaped?
Of course, man. I don't want everybody to think just because I'm from the South that I'm some, ooga booga from the bush.
Well, while we're waiting for Stephen to come on with us, I got a little announcement. I just found out that Denny and Tiffany, the owners of DTM Wicked Radio, will be spending 3 years at my house. I'm very excited about that. It's going to be a great time as always.
That's going to be cool.
That's going to be really good. Come on, Stephen, answer the phone, buddy.
Take 3. Can you guys hear me now?
We got
Hey.
Welcome, Stephen. What's going on?
I was like, we got some NSA jamming signals going on, I guess.
But listen, I'm sure the show's gonna. Right now, it's about to take off. Before we get into how we know each other, because I know we have a lot more listeners now than when the first time you were on the show. Victor, do you have a little bio on Stephen?
I absolutely do. Stephen Popiatek is a cutting-edge metaphysical teacher, researcher, and channel for a variety of esoteric subjects, including the Kabbalah, numerology, Egyptian mystery teachings, sacred geometry, property cleansing, Stargate activations, and the ascension process. As a well-learned intuitive guide with more than 20 years of experience delving into the core of ancient spiritual traditions, Stephen often leads small meditative groups in planetary grid upgrades, galactic channelings, and spiritual warrior teachings of light. His solar teachings incorporate ancient meditation techniques, movement, and visualization to harness the spiritual and physical energies of the sun for personal and planetary healing and empowerment, and he even has a meditation for Jeremy's beard. That's what I understand tonight.
Oh my God!
You can probably cut it down, right?
There's so much going on there, Stephen. I mean, really, what does all that mean? In the essence of things, what does it all boil down to? What do you do?
Exactly right. Well, I mean, I also do a lot of work more so with one-on-one with clients. I kind of lump all that you've read into one category of cosmic shamanism, because what I do is I kind of start with the basis from my studies and my background and research and experience, and from more the ancient traditions, and use it as a platform to go into more of the next level of where we're evolving as a collective species, as a humanity, as a planet, to try to bridge, kind of like our lower human mind with our higher galactic mind. So, like when I work with clients, I basically create an atmosphere for them where they can receive what they need for their next step through like what would seem like a guided channel visualization process or shamanic journey. Different angels, different spirit guides will come in to assist and channel through me, basically help them either like receive what they need, and that can be past life, integration or clearing. It could be like an auric tune-up. It can be helping them connect, more to their like galactic selves and things of that nature. And I also do like groups, a lot of groups outdoors in the warm weather, group channel guided meditation activations, like during full moon, new moons. And then we do smaller like niche work, which is more spiritual warrior based work, which we can go into a little later. What else I do?
Well, I mean, listen, we're gonna touch on a lot of things, Stephen. Why don't you let the people know how we met? Because I gotta say, when I first started out in the whole coming out as a psychic, doing what I do, you were one of the first real like amazing type people that I met. I met a lot of good people and whatever, but when I met you, it was at a documentary on me, and I mean we don't got to get into that so much, but that's when we first met. And then I remember right after that, it was about a week after you called me and invited me to a meditation. And I've said this many times on shows that you've been on, that I don't consider them real meditations. They're more like, I don't know, cosmic mystical journeys. I know you call them meditations, but there's something.
No, yeah, they're more. That's why I'm more like cosmic. I like these.
It's just. If nobody's ever experienced it, it's absolutely. I mean, it's off the charts. I mean, it's just crazy. And I remember coming there, and all your friends, they were all your friends. I didn't know any of them. They came to me right away, and they were so respectful, and they were all hugging me and calling me Brother George, which I thought was hysterical. Nobody had ever called me Brother George before. And they just accepted me right in without even knowing me, just because you said that I was the real deal. They just accepted me right away. And I remember you were doing your thing, and I was sitting there thinking to myself, what the hell is going on here? This is the craziest shit I've ever seen, because I'd never been to something like that before. I was always doing my thing. I was always doing my seances and my channeling and my reading. I had never been to what you do, and I'm really looking. I really want Victor, especially to experience it. I think he'd be blown away. But
absolutely.
What I took from it was I didn't get into exactly what you were doing at first. The first time it was just like too much coming in at one time. But what was amazing about it was that I was kind of like tapping into what everybody else was getting into. I was seeing things that they were visualizing. And after the meditation, I said, I just have to show you guys. And I started telling everybody at your meditation what they were visualizing. And it was at that point that they said, okay, this guy's the real deal, because how the hell did he know that I was fighting a dragon with a sword? And I'll never forget that. And that was my introduction to your crazy little world.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, I wouldn't talk about sword fighting on the line if I were you right now.
Oh my God. Jeremy's pubic hair.
Spiritual sword.
There we go.
So, but anyway, that's how Stephen and I met, and we've been friends ever since. I guess that has to be about 7 years ago now, right, Steve?
I was thinking about that myself. I imagine it must be. I'm pretty bad at linear time. The more I do all this non-linear, like timeline healing and timeline work, the more I kind of sometimes forget about some of the basic linear things.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? You want to know what's crazy is we needed somebody for the show. Okay, for this week. We have a bunch of shows booked, but this week we somebody had canceled and we needed somebody. And the show before, I think it was on my other show with Victor, we were talking about people who get together to put positive energy out there to basically heal the earth. And I said, you know what? That's what my buddy Steve does. That's what he does. And I said, you know what? This is a sign. I got to give him a call, and he's got to come on Vision Quest, and that's why we called you for tonight.
Excellent. And we literally were just doing more of that like 2 days ago. With some special work that was involving more of the spiritual warrior aspect of things and like an earth grid activation. And it's part of an ongoing series of work that we do. Because like in more of a general public format, if we're doing a group guided journey process or meditation, usually in the beginning we'll focus more on personal healing and centering and clearing, and then we usually do some type of planetary focus of connecting to what Mother Earth is going through on a higher level and tapping into how she's receiving the energies. So, and some of the warrior work is kind of a refinement of that idea where we're connecting to these higher processes that are occurring where the earth is shifting into a higher realm, and there's a lot of amazing transitions happening on more subtle levels of reality, if you can perceive it more and feel it. So I can see there's some subtle reality with what was that?
Steven, I got a quick question for you. When you do these warrior meditations, I noticed that you pick and choose certain people to be there. What's the criteria? Who are the type of people you're choosing to be at these warrior meditations?
Yeah, and I mean, and for that also, what we do for that process, I mean, also part of the reason we do it is because it is like kind of embodying more of like the hero archetype, like and like working more with the guardian angels and with the higher spirit guides and different galactic beings that have that energy where they want to intervene and assist us, and usually clearing out some pretty strong, like, malevolent force that is getting its eviction notice from Mother Earth, basically. It's kind of like what you do with clients, Chris, when you're working on like spirit entity attachments or depossessing people. It's a similar idea, except we're working more on a planetary level to hold space for many of the beings to work with us, because they also need humans, because it's all about free will, right? So same way if you're working on a client and they don't want to get rid of the entity, Chris, right, you're going to have more problem, right? That entity will come back. So it's a similar thing for the Earth. We're working on trying to clear out some of these karmic cycles connected to these negative forces. Usually they're more of a negative extraterrestrial energy, and sometimes they're related to some of the higher level, like archdemon realms as well. We kind of wait for a green light or a sign from the guides and angels, like this is something that the higher ups want to do, because it's time to clear it out, because the Earth is choosing to go in a lighter area, and these negative forces are messing with people too much. So, we'll be like kind of like the spiritual police team in there, to kind of like help to deconstruct their little layers and help to send light in there and do some binding and quarantining and banishing, basically. So obviously that kind of criteria would have to be something that the individual who wants to join it would want to actually, first of all, be pulled to do, because a lot of people in the New Age community, they're different specialties. Everybody has their own specialty, and this is like a niche area that doesn't really attract a lot of people, first of all, because that's a whole other topic, but because I find there's also a big split in the New Age community where a lot of people only want to focus on love and not about balancing will with love and using it to heal the shadow realm is kind of what we do. So if, a lot of people don't even want to hear about the fact that there are negative entities or beings that are still around. They just want to stick their heads in the clouds and think that it's all, it's all ascension, it's all love and light. Like, don't talk about anything negative, because you're just going to create your reality. I'm like, no, it's already here. We're trying to change reality by getting rid of it. So obviously people that are pulled to it need to, show a certain level of attraction to it, as well as a certain level of energetic, integrity in their field, because we've also had situations where people were like, used as back doors, like Trojan horse style, where some of the entities would try to use people and their weaknesses in their field to come to and like attack us while we're doing the work, and that's not fun, So we try to minimize that process.